Well, Nipsey Hussle.
Neighborhood Nip.
Just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, man.
Salute. That's a beautiful thing to realize, man. SIP to the Keyway Christ Neighborhood Nip, the Crip, my low. Yeah.
How'd you feel when you seen that? Seen the news?
I'm glad to see that it happened, but I just feel bad that it happened and he wasn't here. It's kind of bittersweet, you know. Neighborhood Nip, the type of I would love to see take a picture by his star. I know he possessed the type of grace that can do those type of great things and still maintain a humility that you can just admire. And I would love to actually see him receive and appreciate the accolades. It's hard not to view it from that point. But other than that, I think it's awesome, it's beautiful. I'm glad that the powers that be realize he deserves to be expedited throughout the process that the world can agree that he would have ended up in. And I'm glad that they're not stopping short at completing what we think his potential. Even he got his Grammy post his passing. So I just think it's a completion of the world realizing what he was gonna deserve. And you know, feeling like we didn't give him his flowers in due time. So collectively, I think the world is still just trying to give him those flowers that we believe that he was going to accumulate had he got the chance to live out his life.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle was definitely just year by year, man, you could just see the growth.
Crept up on us. And he did it so eloquently by naming the journey the marathon, because we all know the marathon is not he who starts fast. It's the one that runs long and maintains a pace. And he was so consistent the way he expressed that in so many different ways that if you are a student of his literature and his lyrics to any extent, you'll see all the hidden ways he was professing that this is a marathon. I almost feel like it was prophetic in the fact that when he named his journey and his mission a marathon and then named his debut album The Victory Lap, I think he was trying to give us foreknowledge of what was to come to some degree. My soul believes that to a certain extent. He was too exact and too precise about the words he utilized to create his mission, call it the marathon, and then name his debut album The Victory Lap, and then pass there shortly after its release. That's just too ironic for me to believe that there was not some type of spiritual premonition within his subconscious soul of what he was about to experience. How do you name your debut The Victory Lap when the victory lap doesn't take place till the whole every shit is over?
Okay. I don't think he talked about why name it that now, but okay. I don't know if he did, but
I would love you the type of person that can research. If there is a soundbite describing the title, you'll find it. And if there's a lack thereof, I think you might be able to help me to confirm it. So please allow your research skills and your research team to try to figure that out.
Yeah, for sure. Not too long ago, during the Eric Holder trial, I made a post on my Instagram, and I believe in the post, you know, it kind of talked about Cowboy kind of testifying, and you kind of jumped on the comments and had some things to say.
I can't remember, but I just know my sentiment on the whole subject, not to beat a dead horse with the Cowboy subject. It's based on this guy. His issue is way beyond me, but me, I guess, I don't know. He seemed to suggest I'm a nobody, but it seems like the only reason he would respond to me would be based on the opposite. I just gave my general perception and understanding of what we've been doing out here all our life when it comes time to sitting on the stand on behalf of the prosecution, in particular a murder trial, and providing testimony that aids the prosecution in their ultimate goal, which is to get a conviction. When you describe that, it could be cowboy, cowgirl, the Indians, anybody. It is what it is, and that's all I was saying. For him to take it personal because I know how the game go, that's shocking to me. You know, I wasn't professing any personal interest in having an engagement with Cuz. I cover headlines in the black box that hit the YouTube. It happened to be a headline that happened to fall in the category of some of my expertise. It's how this shit go when it comes to being in the game and cooperating and not cooperating and staying solid and sticking to the script and what Neighborhood Nip felt about people that participate on the behalf of prosecution. When you summarize all that, that's all I did was get my perspective on that, and it seemed like Cowboy took it personal.
That's how everything started with you guys?
Yeah, that's the only thing that ever started. Then I became aware that he was on Megan's Law, And so when he began to verbally assault me, I utilized these things to also paint another picture. I believe he's also admitted smoker or ex-smoker. So when you get on the stand, you end up on Megan's Law and you a smoker. That's like 3 strikes you out when it comes to trying to have a character that somebody respect. So,
not too long after the trial started, during the trial, it was first reported by Alex Alonso that Eric Holder got beat up.
Shout out Alex.
Shout out Alex, man. He did some really good reporting during the trial, man. It was really, informative.
Yep.
He did a really dope job, man. And, when I first heard that Eric Holder got beat up, the first thing I'm thinking is, they must have put him in the wrong cell. Some Crip dudes got him, maybe even some Bloods got him. But then I find out that it was actually a Mexican dude who was a dropout who was just a fan of Nipsey and it just went off and just beat the shit out of him. Well, what'd you think when you first seen that?
It's crazy because your thought process when you first heard was you thought it had to be some homies. Swear to God, anybody who was around me knows I was saying, shit, it could be anybody. It could have been some essays. That was part of my initial thought process off top. Now, the fact that Cuz got smut or apparently was PC'd and all that, the fact that it's Eric Holder and he's in PC, we cancel that out when we consider appreciating this incident. PC on PC, all right. Cuz got a cool issue. I don't believe that was the first issue he got. I think we was only privy to that issue is because it delayed the trial, and the trial was being followed in real time. And I believe that since he's been in jail, I think he's been touched more than that. We just didn't get the report because it could have been like the guard, like you say, put in the wrong tank on accident, on purpose. You feel me? Nipsey got a lot of love out here. So the LA County Jail is one place where not just the inmates, but just because they're familiar with the culture, I'm sure the COs appreciate the existence of a Nipsey Hussle. Even if he caught some tickets and came through that motherfucker, he gonna be somebody that even the police glad they got a chance to see in there. So, yeah, ain't no telling, Eric, I bet you Eric Holder got another issue beside that issue.
I wouldn't doubt it. He's probably gonna have problems.
Yeah, no problem.
For the rest of his life.
Indeed. Because not only is the neighborhood card represented quite well throughout the system, in every pocket he gonna find himself. Like you say, Nipsey got love from cross culture, you see who got him in the report we got. Not just somebody from the other side racially, he all bad. Somebody who you supposed to consider ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. And he took it upon himself to get that old boy like that and gave him a cold little issue. I'm glad it happened to him. So glad. I love to hear that report. Love to see the eyes swole up.
Yeah, he beat him up pretty bad. I believe he had some stitches in his head and everything.
Yeah. When you get in them tanks, everything is concrete and iron. There's no wood, there's no pillows, everything you touch is gonna hurt something bad. So yeah, when it's time to get cracking in that cell, you got to be serious about your get down. Shout out C-Mac the Low. Free the low.
Shout out Crip Mac.
Neighborhood.
Crip Mac, man.
Yeah.
Should be home, I believe January. He said January, so not too long.
Yep.